Welcome back, everybody, to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. I hope you've all been doing well and had a lovely holiday, as this is being recorded on the 25th of December. If you're wondering why I'm recording something on the 25th of December, well, we're not doing anything for the 25th until about 11 o'clock, and it's about 8 right now. 11 a.m., mind you. So, just got a little bit of time. Figured it would be a good a time as any to play a little Stardew. Queen of Sauce, what do you have for us? Did we miss anything? No, we did not. Fortune Teller, the spirits are very happy today. They'll do their best to shower everyone with good fortune. Weather report, it's going to be a beautiful, sunny day tomorrow. Alright, let's get into it. As you can see, the sprinklers have paid very good dividends. I forgot to set one right there, so I'll have to remove a seed. But we are going to make 2 more of those, and then we are going to be set with what we've got for the time being. So we need one of each of these, and we'll make one. And then we need to get some more gold and iron going, so we'll do that. Iron, gold. There's some refined quartz as well. Do we have anything we need to put in there? Nope. On that front, what do we got for news? Top secret. Here's the recipe for my famous blueberry tart. Don't tell anyone, I'm giving it to you because we're such good friends. Pierre. New cooking recipe, blueberry tart. Delta, this is embarrassing. I think I lost my lucky purple shorts. I'm telling you because I think I can trust you. If you find them, bring them back to me discreetly. I'll pay well. Thanks, Mayor Lewis. Mayor Lewis has lost his purple shorts. He's actually asking you to find and return them discreetly. I return Mayor Lewis's purple shorts. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that anytime soon, because as we'll find out, and yes, the implication is pretty obvious, his purple shorts are in Marnie's room, and we don't have enough friendship points with her to be able to get into her room, so for the time being, they will remain there. But what can we, the player, do in the meantime? Well, we can water the remainder of the crops here, and there's a couple things that I had in mind of thinking, what potentially do I want to do? One of the things I do want to focus on, again, is money making. I do absolutely want to get some of these tools upgraded, in particular the axe and the pickaxe, but we're short on funds and we're also short on iron, so we'll probably be doing that today, to be perfectly honest with you. No one's got a birthday today, Jazz's will be tomorrow, and there is no traveling merchant, so we don't need to worry about that either. So the question becomes basically which is more important in terms of money. Is it the which is more important? Is it the money from getting the fishing taken care of, or do we mine and work on other stuff? It's looking like, yeah, I think mining is probably going to be our best bet for the time being. There's an emerald we can take to Gunther. Everything else looks to be in pretty good order. I'm going to quickly check the mushrooms. I always forget to water your bowl, Callie. I'm so sorry. No, we're going to do that. There we go. This is also another reason right here why I would like to get the pickaxe upgraded pretty soon, is, of course, getting the meteorite broken into and potentially finding some very good items in there. Alright, we're going to take this and put it in here. The dried common mushrooms, a package of gourmet mushrooms, pretty good on energy and health, which makes sense because you just gave out 5 of them, so that would make sense. We're going to need to sell one of those. I'm going to keep them for the time being, and I'll figure out what to do with them later. If I need a quick moneymaker, I can, of course, sell those. But for the time being, we're going to break open the geodes and sell whatever duplicates or things we don't need. And hopefully that will get us pretty close to 5k. We don't have the necessary iron right now anyway to upgrade the pickaxe or the axe, which is why we're going in there today. So, again, it is not the be-all, end-all of has to be done right this second. I do want to knock down some more of these trees because we are running low on regular wood rather than just hardwood, but I'm thinking potentially, depending on how the next couple days go in game, that might actually not matter that much, because we might be given an opportunity where we're going to be picking up quite a bit, but that will depend on the powers that be. I mentioned this last episode in one of those little annotations at the bottom, but there are certain days in summer that an event can occur, and we're coming up on a set of those days pretty soon here, I believe 5, 6, and 7. If it doesn't occur on any of those days, it will occur later in the month, but it is possible, so that was why I mentioned what I did of try to upgrade your axe if you can, but don't leave your upgrade going on while that event is occurring. So if you're going to get it done, make sure you get it done early enough. I guess we don't really need to chop these down. I do need to get some wood, but again, once that event occurs, it won't be as big a deal. So I'm just going to grab what's on the farm and not waste too much time. This is the upside of having the sprinklers, is we would have still been watering crops likely, and probably would have just finished at this point had we not had those sprinklers. And we'll bet the iron might be done by this point. Yes, it is. So let's drop these off. Actually, you know what? We're going to be out for a bit, so let's make it a gold one this time. And we do have that empty spot that we can plant something, so I'm going to throw the coffee bean in there. There we go. Alright, I have no use for the axe right now, so we'll put that away. And I think we're good to go. So hopefully you have all had a lovely holiday, whatever you celebrate. And if you are somebody that does not celebrate, or maybe it's been a particularly rough year, then know that you are, as the saying goes, you are not alone, but truly you're not. I mean, I lost my grandmother, as we saw in a few episodes ago, and that was pretty close to December, so I definitely can understand how that can be difficult. But hopefully here, you'll have a little bit of nice, relaxing time to just play some Stardew, get more iridium ore than you probably deserve, and see what else we can pick up. We're not picking up duplicates or anything here. Oh, that might be one. I don't think we had a yeah, we didn't have a duplicate of this. That one we did, though. We were getting a lot of not... Ah, there's a duplicate. All right. To be fair, though, we haven't truly donated that much in terms of the minerals to the museum, so it makes sense that we would have a lot of not duplicates. I keep thinking to my other file where I've completed summer, so naturally there's been a lot more. Alright, shop. That can go away. I only need one of those. That can go. And everything else we're going to keep. We did make a slight profit, I think, because some of those are worth a pretty good chunk of money. Let's see what we got. Let's put this here. Only one reward. That's a bit surprising. I would have expected at least one more. Pumpkin seeds. Plant these in the fall. So we're going to be keeping those to the side for now. Take a quick run back to drop some of this off. Make it go by a little bit faster here. So more gold ore, though. That is definitely good. I'm going to prioritize the iron here. And this might actually be a not terrible day to show off the difference of getting, using the strategy I believe I mentioned last time versus the strategy that I've been predominantly using. I'm going to keep the pumpkin seeds in the fall chest, or in the summer chest for now. As you can tell, there's plenty of room. And we'll worry about building a fall chest when the time comes. For now, it's clearly not an issue, so we're not going to worry about it. Instead, we're going to see how much iron we can scoop up. We're going to click the ROM button. And if I feel like the gold, or if we're in like an okay spot, I might quickly rush back and get the furnaces cooking a little bit more, but we'll see. We'll see. So for those that did not watch the episode or don't remember, the basic idea for this is to go to floor 40, which is where the ice area starts. You can, of course, immediately take the staircase down, collect anything you want, and then go back up the staircase. Right here, I'm not, because the staircase was already given to me for 42. So if you want to go ahead and like quickly check through 42, or apparently 43, you can, of course, do that, but you don't have to. Obviously, you can run back at any time here. This also gives you the opportunity to kill some of the ice area enemies, namely the dust sprites, which again give a very good reward. But you can also get the slimes and the bats as well. The big upside to staying on 41 in particular, though, is the floor itself is very small. You can see pretty much the entire floor on a single screen. So you're not having to run around looking and potentially going into a dead end where nothing's there. Now you'll just know if there is or not. So I'm not doing it quite correctly here, but we're getting a little bit lucky. But I'm not going to bother going around through all that. We're going to leave the mine. Go to 40. Go right back, and wouldn't you know it, there's some stuff here. How fitting, we just donated an emerald and we just got one back. We got a couple of aquamarines as well, which is good. So I don't think either we didn't have too many of those, or we might not have had any after I had to donate some to the community center. I'm just gonna check that immediate area. Looks like not. Move my timer over, or yeah, my timer over a little bit. Back to 40, and we're just going to rinse, lather, and repeat this and see how it goes. For a good luck day, I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing more, but we're getting a fair bit of crates, but not too much on ore. But every now and again, you'll get like a huge deposit on the floor where it's like 7 or 8 nodes of it, so hoping that will roll around. It's very nice to know that you guys are actually also playing along. I've gotten a couple comments of people playing this either again or for the first time. I think I actually have one person who might be playing it for the first time, so shout out to you if you are in fact doing so. Because I know they had asked for a little bit of advice of not being as far along as I was, but they were at the end of their spring and deciding what they should go for. And this was before the episode before this was posted. I edited it the same day that I saw that comment, so hopefully the response I gave you was pretty good. And in your defense, I also had that incredibly lucky just getting 5k on the second day due to that treasure chest. So I had a lot more room to play with than you necessarily did, just by pure luck. Hey, another coffee bean. And we've got some new ideas to sleep on. Again, this will also help for your mining levels. So that is mining level 7. Everything is at 7 except combat, but that's pretty normal for combat to be, again, one of the last ones you finish. It will probably be either that or foraging if it's your first time playing. And since I tend to focus on foraging, I would say not heavily, but like one step below whatever heavily is would be where I would focus it on. But I just think the crafting recipes for foraging are far more important than the level ups for mining are. Don't get me wrong, there's absolutely some good stuff in there, but the foraging you want to be more on top of, in my opinion. So now we can see, now that we're actually getting into a bit of a rhythm here, that count for the ore is definitely starting to go up here. And the good luck day is helping with that quite a bit, of course. But this will hopefully give us a very good boost to, at the very least, we'll have enough for making sure that we will not be running out anytime soon. You can, of course, repeat this strategy with floor 1 if you're going for copper, or for floor 81 if you're going for gold. Either one will do, or any of them, I guess, will do. Just depends on what resource you're looking for. I'm curious to know how we're doing on the dust sprites, but I am going to just keep killing them and not worrying about what the total is, and I'm not going to waste the time to go over and check. If you don't see anything on the immediate screen, if you do decide to go down a level because the staircase dropped or was there naturally whenever you were picking up your iron, if you don't see anything, you're probably good to just go back up and repeat. But as you can see, this strategy is clearly working. Like, trust me, I was a disbeliever as well when I first heard it. I was like, I don't think that would really work. But you can see here, it seemed pretty presumptuous to think, like, oh, I could probably get, like, 100 pieces of iron. It's very, very likely that will happen, unless I just get incredibly lucky for the remaining time in the day. But we're already past 90 now. So we're sitting in a very good position for... We will not be running low on iron anytime soon. That said, I will probably take the gemstones we've been picking up, with the exception of the aquamarine. I do want to keep at least one of every gemstone, so if I don't have one of those, I'll keep one and sell the other. For any of the gemstones, I probably will sell those to get to 5k, so I can make the decision on if I want to upgrade the pickaxe or not. So for that reason, I am going to go ahead and get started on the iron ore here to make sure I have enough bars where I can do that nice and quick if need be. So just quickly toss everything into here. We did not have any of those. Okay, I'll keep one of those. I'm going to keep these because Sebastian likes these. I'll get rid of the jade. Else can go in here. And we'll just sell little bits and pieces here and there. I'm sure there's somebody that's like, no, don't sell the jades, you can trade those for staircases. I'm aware you absolutely can, but bear in mind you can make an item later on that you can duplicate those, so really you only need one, and you have as many as time will permit you to get, and of course you can always find more as well. Part of me does wonder if it would actually be better. Oh, speaking of which, there's another jade. To bring the Neptune's Glaive in here just to get that bonus of extra slimes for killing them, but I don't think it's worth the time to haul all the way back there and do that, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. If you're thinking like, oh, would this be a good time to use your bombs now that you're just specifically going down here for grinding if you get a big area like that? No, you still want to keep your bombs. Still save those. Save those for a different day. But not anytime soon. I do apologize if this in particular does seem a bit boring, but it does clarify that the strategy does absolutely work. You get to see it firsthand on how well it works. And it's not just the ore that I'm picking up either. I've been getting some gemstones, the frozen tears. Been getting bats. Can't seem to hit. There we go. Stuff from crates, of course. And also bear in mind, like, this is the first that our energy is actually getting down decently low. We definitely would not have picked up over 100 iron without having to replenish our energy at this point, but because we're not having to break all those individual rocks looking for a staircase, it's not being as much of an issue now as it was before. Good thing I stopped early, because I misclicked and that would have cost me dearly. If you're wondering, by the way, on the question of, do I, like, let's say all your tools like mine are at copper right now, everything's at copper, do I pick the thing that I really need and get it all the way up to gold first, or should I try to get everything to steel before moving to gold? That ultimately depends on what you're doing a lot of. Especially in a multiplayer game, like, if you were the designated, like, you're the mining guy, that's just what you're going to always be doing, you're always going to be hitting the mines, farming doesn't really matter for you, whatever, and, you know, you can split that apart, then probably, yes, you would be more likely to go straight for your high level whatever you need, because that's what's going to matter to you while you're down here. but probably a little bit more spread out if you're doing single player. But again, that is ultimately dependent on what you are doing a lot of, or also what you're not doing a lot of. So that is the way the watering can works, is if it's raining, you obviously don't need the watering can. So if you find that you don't really need to mine, you don't feel like there's any materials you need, and then all of a sudden, hey, there's a really bad luck day and you've got the money and the ability to upgrade, it might be a good time to upgrade, because you're not going to be doing it today, and as long as you're not doing it the following day, then you're pretty much good to go on that. And of course, the upgrades will get progressively more expensive as well, so that could be one other reason you might want to hold off on going for the gold, because the gold will be 10,000 per tool, which is quite a bit compared to the 2,000 of copper and 5,000 even of steel. You can get 2 weapons upgraded to steel, or 2 tools upgraded to steel in the time that, or in the money rather, that it would be 1 for gold. That said, some of the upgrades to gold in particular are very good. In particular, the hoe is incredibly good, as is the watering can. So your mileage may vary. I'm going to do one more pass, and then I think we'll call it there for the day and move on to the next day. Don't see anything else here, so let's back on out. So yeah, that's another 55 on top of the basically 100 that we already had. So that's about 150 sets of iron, which is about, 30 bars, give or take. So, or I'm doing the math wrong, aren't I? No, that's about right. Yeah, over 150. Yeah, so we're good on that. Apparently I picked that up at some point. Didn't even realize it. Let's toss in everything, and then we'll decide what to do going forward here. 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the iron. I know the gold will take longer, but in case we decide to do that right then and there, that's our option. Put that in there. These go here. Forgot the bat wings. I'm going to take like half of these and throw them in here. So these actually sell for an okay amount of money. So we're going to toss those in there and see if we can't make a little bit of extra income. Level 7 mining. This gives you the ability to make gold bars. This is like with making the steel bars. This is making them out of your steel bars. You have to use multiple to make the gold. This is not worth it at all. At all. It's not worth it. Yeah, that's a decent amount for the bat wings. 15 each. Not too shabby. But now, let us see what the following day brings. Fortune teller says the spirits are mad. And the weather report is beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Alright. There go the sprinklers working their magic. Ah, look at that. It's just so nice to see that and be like, I don't have to do any of that work. It is all taken care of, other than this one little spot here, but I'm going to fix that right now, actually. We're going to go ahead and get that taken care of. Oh, wait, I've got to wait for the, No, I don't. We're good. Forgot I had that piece. Alright, there we go. Since I miscalculated, this does mean we'll have to give up a crop, but you know what? That is a price that I am willing to pay in order to not have to water the remainder of those. It'll be well worth it. So we'll do that, we'll do our copper axe, and then we'll figure out what we're doing for the day. Mentioned this last episode, but again, it's weird to not have to cut watering the crops or anything like that. But we will still have to make a quick cut right here as I go around and get everything. I'm going to get the water bowl filled. I'm going to chop down any excess trees. And we will talk about Jazz because it is her birthday today. So let's roll that footage right now. Happy birthday, Jazz, or rather it would have been had I remembered your birthday in the moment of going through this day, but you know what, that's fine. We'll get a better chance the next year around. As you can see on her love list, you're probably not going to have any of these things. The fairy box, there's no way. The fairy rose is a farming item that will show up in the fall, so unless you've got this from the merchant, you're not going to have it. As for the ancient and strange dolls, it's very likely that if you did find any of these artifacts, you probably donated them, so it's unlikely you have any of these. which only leaves two options, the plum pudding and the pink cake. The plum pudding recipe you'll be given in Winter Year 1, so there's no way you have the recipe. This is, again, only if you found it somewhere. The pink cake you won't get till Year 2 for a recipe, but there is a small chance that you have one of these. If you have gotten 120,000 gold or more at this point, then your mom will have sent you a letter in the mail that will have one of these pink cakes, so you can use that and give it to her if you still have it. For Jazz's like and neutral list, as you can see, there's nothing special on her neutral list, but as for her like list, once again the daffodil is in play, which is going to be likely your best bet, as you'll have plenty of those by this point. Very quickly noting on her dislike list, just basically don't give her any foraging that's not a daffodil. She clearly does not like pretty much all of them. And if you move to her hate list, you'll find out that the horseradish, probably because it's a very strong flavor, is not something she likes either. It's also fitting that she doesn't really like clay because it's a, dirt, and she doesn't really seem like the type to play in the dirt and the mud and that kind of stuff, so that's not really for her, nor does she like alcoholic or caffeinated beverages, so stay away from these as well. Alright, this feels like a good spot to cut back in here. This is what we've got for the day. I've went ahead and stored all the hardwood and things like that. No level ups, nothing to speak of there. Today will be a fishing day, because remember, we have not seen really any new fish. There were a couple in the mountain lake, but they were too late in the day for me to catch, and we are going to upgrade our copper pickaxe into an iron one. Well, you do need the axe potentially for something coming up as soon as, well, not tomorrow, but the following day. I don't need the pickaxe right away. We're pretty good. We're definitely good on iron, and we're pretty good on copper and gold as well, and we can always make more with what we currently have. So I'm okay with giving up the pickaxe for a small amount of time in order to get it upgraded into something better. So we're going to do just that. Steel pickaxe. So what are we going to do in the meantime? Of course, nothing but fish. You gotta fish. There's always time to fish. Come back when someone's working. Someone, they mean Alex. He's the only person that runs that stand. There is a little bit of a trick to that, though, that you can do during the summer, but that is with something that we do not currently have. We have the ability to get it, we just don't have the money for it, even with the amount of money that I had before upgrading that pickaxe. It still would not have been enough, so I'm okay with my decision. It's been a couple days since we've been down here, so let's see what we can grab. It is worth noting that there are a set days of summer, and that'll pop up on the bottom of the screen here. If you looked at the summer wiki that I linked in the last video as well, you saw that there are a couple days that will be in the middle of summer that there is a very high amount of forageables down here. So if you are looking for forageables, the coral, cockle, oyster, the rainbow shells, the clams, anything like that, that is going to be the optimal day to go and grab those. Ahoy! Come in and make yourself at home. Thanks, I'm just gonna, poke at this. Hey, that's good stuff there. The fish go crazy for it. Just, make sure to wash your hands good after dipping them in those juices. The aroma's been known to linger up to 7 weeks, lad. So you've been catching a lot of fish? Sure have. Aha, man after me own heart. You can always trust a fisherman. That's what me old pappy used to say, at least. Well, keep going. If you can catch every fish in these waters, I got a special prize waiting for ye. Why are we talking like a pirate, exactly? Everything okay? Well, business has been tough lately. All started about the same time that old community center fell to ruin. Me fish just don't sell like they used to. I'm working double time just to make ends meet. No time for me own projects, but if things pick back up around here, I might have the time to show you something. Yep, she's back there and an old friend. She's seen better days. Someday, lad, you'll see what I mean. It will pop up on screen with the info of what's required to get that. I'm going to keep the rainbow shell, but I'm going to sell the rest of this. For what requires that. I believe, if I'm correct, and it'll show it there, the requirement is to... we'll go with the blue one. The requirement is to have completed the community center. I think that's what that is. And that machine that I just interacted with is a machine that you can change your bobber, which is what I did. I changed mine from red to blue, so now when I cast, I got a blue bobber. I was expecting that to go a little bit farther, so I can move up a little bit here. But yes, we do have new fish that we have needed to pick up for a hot minute now. And while there are some at the mountain lake I do need to grab, and apparently I was literally one fish away from getting to level 8, so that's good to know. There are fish in the ocean as well that I need to grab too. So be sure to pick these up. One of them will have to come back when it's raining, and obviously that has not happened yet this month, so I can't do that right now, but I can still grab some pretty good stuff here. The hardest one of these to get, bar and away, is going to be the pufferfish, due to the limited time you have to get it, and due to the fact it will be one of the hardest things that you catch, at least for this season. It'll be the first one that will probably just completely stump you the first time you see it of, how am I supposed to get that? The catfish, while difficult, I don't feel is personally as bad as the pufferfish. I think the pufferfish is a little bit worse. And you'll know it when you see it if we catch one here, or get the opportunity to. This is definitely not one of those. This is probably a tuna. Sure enough. We do need one of those as well. We need both the tilapia and the tuna for the community center. And I do like to grab duplicates to save in case somebody needs a quest done or for a cooking recipe. So I will probably continue to stick around here likely for the rest of the day. Like I mentioned, there are 2 other things in the mountain lake I need to get. If you would like to pick those up, the 2 that we need for the... Oh, thank you. The 2 that you need in order to get that guide done are the rainbow trout and the sturgeon. The sturgeon, you'll definitely want to pick up multiple of those, like quite a fair few, actually. However, they will be gone by 7 p.m., so if you're planning on getting there, get there early. But I'm okay with sticking down here for now. As I mentioned before, I believe during the summer, this is the place primarily that you want to fish. I think maybe if it's raining, it might be. It'll be on screen either way, but I know the ocean is one of those ones that you do want to fish for one of the 2 weather types, which is basically raining and not raining during the summer. Before, in the spring, this was probably, overall, money-wise, probably the worst place to fish, but it also had the easiest fish, so if you were not good at fishing, this was a pretty good place to hang out. There's a flounder. Already got one of those, but do appreciate those. Pretty much anything I catch that isn't garbage is going to be a good catch here, since we're working on money making, and as of right now, obviously, the mining is a little bit out of the question. Hey, Old Mariner, which is the achievement for... Catch 24 different fish. So there's 10 different, 24 different, and then every fish. So as you can see, even now, we're starting to fill out a little bit of stuff here, which is good. That red mullet, I don't remember if you need that for community center, but, you know, it helps to have, again, at least one of each type. Like I said, I try to keep one of each, because you never know when it's like, hey, there's somebody I'm trying to build up friendship with, but I've already given them 2 gifts this week, and then lo and behold, on the Help Wanted board, they're asking for an item, and you can build up a little bit more friendship with them that way. So do take those advantages when you can get them. The downside, of course, is you're not selling everything, so you're not making, like, your maximum money that you could be, but I feel like luck favors the prepared in that regard. And, of course, you can always just come back and catch more. The ocean's not going to run dry anytime soon. I had already planned to fish, but this was a very good fortunate timing to have a bad luck day. I do think for now, though, we're going to go ahead and cut to whenever the fishing segment is done, and I will see you guys... Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe we'll show this off, because I believe this is the pufferfish. It's actually not putting up too much of a fight, question mark? Is he going to take it easy on me? Oh, there we go. Now he's starting to look a little bit more alive. There we go. That's more what I expected. That's more what I expected. We'll go ahead and show this one in full. There's also another one that I believe starts appearing later in the day. There you go, the pufferfish. You are going to need one of those for the community center, though. All right, I'll cut in whenever I'm starting to head back, or if we find that other fish, or if something else interesting happens. I believe this might be one of the other fish, because I don't think this is a pufferfish. And he is definitely trying to get away from me. This might be the other one we're looking for. Is it? Yes, it is! The Super Cucumber. These sell for... That's not the right button. There we go. These sell for quite a bit, and as you can tell, they're very good for energy. But I did want to bring these up. I don't believe you need to catch this for anything in the community center. It might be used in other things, and that'll pop up on the bottom if it does. But these sell for quite a bit of a good amount, and they will appear late in the day in the ocean in summer. So if all of a sudden your fishing bar starts going crazy, that's probably what it is. We might have another one here, actually. And I do believe that is it for the day. It is time to bounce, and if I had not gained that level in fishing, I would have bounced even sooner than that. I don't believe we went up to... No, not to level 9, but that's okay. I would expect to gain 2 levels by this point anyway, as they get exponentially more experience required in order to get them. Sorry, Jazz, for having to miss your birthday, but unfortunately, there were other priorities I had in mind. Sadly, Evelyn, I can't do that only because I don't have a radish at this point. I'm growing them, but I do not have one grown. Not much I can do there. Ah, well. Yeah, I will admit, Jazz, and I probably said it in the bio, she's like usually one of the last people I befriend, just because half the time I had a hard time finding her when I first started playing. The other was just as sad as it is. I kind of forgot about her a lot, which is horrible, but it's true. Alright, community center stuff we should put over here. The pufferfish, for sure. A tilapia, a tuna. What else do we need? The sturgeon will have to get the mountain lake, but the rest of it we should be good to toss in there. Like I said, I'm going to keep one of each of these. Already got one of those. Just in case something comes up, we'll put these in here, of course. And we'll send all the other fish on their merry way. I'm going to put these in here, too. I'll keep the gold star one, I guess. Those can go in there. And there we go. Level 8 fishing. New craft recipe, deluxe worm bin. I'm trying to remember if it's this or the regular worm bin that's like one of the worst recipes in the game. I don't really use these, to be perfectly honest. I think it's the regular worm bin because I believe this one gives you deluxe bait. And of course you get new spinners and hooks to use as well if you don't want to buy them. I just usually don't craft these spinners and hooks, typically because I almost always will end up finding some sort just in a chest while fishing, and therefore I don't need to make them because the game just gave me one. So they're not bad by any stretch, it's just I don't craft them very often. So there we go, nice little chunk of change there amidst everything. As you can see, that super cucumber, that was just one by itself, and it was worth quite a bit. It was almost double what the next closest one was, which was also higher quality than the super cucumber. So yeah, they're very good. Grab them if you can, for sure. But with that, we've reached the end of another video. What will we be doing next time? Well, we'll be taking these jellies, for one. And for two, I gotta know. Nope, it's gonna be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow, and the fortunes are mildly perturbed. Alright, well, we'll figure out what to do. The traveling merchant will be in town, so we'll probably take a look and see what they've got for us. Our pickaxe will still be taken care of on the first day, so we'll have to wait on any mining. But there might be some other stuff. We might do some fishing up in the mountains. We'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching as I take a random jump cut there to take a big drink because I was about to have a bad coughing fit. Not sick or anything, just air went down the wrong pipe. My body forgot how to breathe. That's nice, seeing as it's been doing so for 30 years. Take care, everyone, and I will see you guys next time for days 5 and 6 of summer. crops will have started to grow. In fact, I think if we grew any wheat, it would be ready by now. But we'll see how things are progressing in the next one. Take care, y'all. See you then.